Hey everybody, I'm Hob.
I'm Jamie.
And you're watching
Dungeons & Dragons.
And today we are continuing our series on the 12 Weeks of Adventure. And what's today's character class?
Alright, are we ready for Jamie's horrible singing? Prepare thyselves.
Gird thy loins.
Gird thy loins. On the 8th week of adventuring, my DM gave to me 8 rogues and thieving, 7 sorcerers, conjuring, 6 fighters, tanking, everybody, 5 shining Paladins! Yes, very nice. 4 Warlocks, pacting, 3 Rangers, tracking, 2 Wizards, learning, and a Druid trying to talk to the trees.
All right. So,
it's over.
Rogues,
You can
right?
unmute
Rogues,
it now.
okay. So, rogues. We're talking about rogues today.
They're sneaky sneaks.
And we all love sneak thieves, right?
Never underestimate this sneakiness.
True, never underestimate the sneakiness.
All right, ready? First question, I shuffled them.
Oh, shit.
We're getting fancy.
We're really screwed now.
What player persona would get the most kick out of this class?
Oh.
What is this guy? Who's this guy geared towards? I think if you like espionage, if you're into spy movies, if you play far too much... Oh, fuck, I forgot the name of that stupid game.
Oh, which stupid game?
The one where you're the assassin. It's Assassin.
Oh,
you play too much Assassin's Creed.
If you play a lot of Assassin's Creed, Thief, or...
The one where you're always in the cardboard box?
Or, Splinter Cell.
That's the one.
Dropping that solid snake cardboard box.
That's right.
Rogue might be a good choice for you.
You might really dig this. Or, now with the new Mastermind subclass, if you like to get all Lex Luthor up in it.
True story.
Could be
Very
for you.
true. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I dig it.
Are there
I'm just going to sit here and make faces.
roguey subclasses that we try to avoid at our table, and why?
Arcane Trickster. Just because I have so much hate for the Arcane Trickster. I have so much hate for the fact that they stuck magic in every character class. For no real good reason other than fuckery.
I have strong feelings both ways. I love to play an Arcane Trickster. I really don't want to DM one.
Fair enough.
If you're willing to put up with the shenanigans.
I think the biggest problem I have with the Arcane Trickster is well, it's not even the mage hand. It's again, it comes back around to magic should be rare and unique and extremely terrifying to the common people, and
everybody's got magic.
Everybody's got magic.
The knight's got magic, the druid's got magic.
The fighter has magic, the druid has magic, the rogue has magic, the freaking paladin has magic, the cleric has magic, the mage has magic.
Do the barbarians have it yet?
Oh,
are they the only one that's left out of magic?
I think the barbarians are probably the only character class that does not have magic.
I feel sort of bad for them.
Right? Like, every other character class has a magic subclass of some kind. Not the barbarian.
Sorry, barbarian.
But anyhow, moving on past my hate for the fact that every class has magic.
So I don't hate the Arcane Trickster as much as you do, but I think that the mage hand can get out of hand.
That's true. The mage hand can very much get out of hand. And it's not that I hate the Arcane Trickster. I have a...
You have a problem with all the magic.
I have a great deal of frustration with the way that they handled the treatment of the character classes in 5e as far as the magic archetypes were concerned.
Okay, so what challenges
Rant over.
Can this class bring to the table?
So
it depends on the player.
Yeah, so actually I've had an assassin completely bypass a boss fight, which, by the way, was hilarious.
It was actually really funny. It was
actually just probably the funniest and most shocking thing that I've ever had happen. I just completely underestimated this situation. And the player gets the boss that they're supposed to kind of struggle to fight into a room alone through very careful, charismatic trickery, and then just assassinates him.
Just kills him.
Just one-shots him. It was beautiful and also sad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It was just... So, I mean, the rogue can really disrupt your life if you aren't careful in the way that you handle those types of encounters. The rogue can actually bring a lot of damage to the table if you aren't careful.
Yeah.
A lot of damage.
And if you're not paying attention, if you have a really good rogue, they'll breeze through some of your encounters.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're not even there.
Yeah, they'll pop through and the rest of your players will be like, why am I even here?
One challenge that I find, and this isn't necessarily anything to do with the class, but some personalities that gravitate towards it, is I find a certain player will use the rogue as an excuse to just be a dick.
True.
In all honesty, they'll just be like...
And we do have one rule that's very important at our table, one house rule.
Don't be a dick. And so when I come up against these people and they're like, well, I'm not being a dick. It's part of my character. My character would act this way. This is just the way that it would be. They're kind of a Loki, and I'm like, yeah, well,
you're
Loki
just a dick.
Was a troublemaker, but you're just being a jerk.
Yeah.
And
So there is... So being a troublemaker, being mischievous, being Lokian does not necessarily...
Fred and George Weasley.
Well, like Loki and Thor. Loki is constantly causing Thor problems, but it is their rivalry that creates that. But when Loki is out to accomplish something, he'll more than happily work with Thor without causing any problems. But as soon as his goals are met, he's going to screw the guy over.
Yeah.
But you have to dial that back. When you're in a collaborative game like Dungeons and Dragons, you can't perpetually screw over your party members.
Yeah.
You can't, because it takes the fun out of it for everybody.
Well, and if I have a character who does this, one of the things I do is I let the other players know you can kick him out of the party. If there's no reason that you would keep this guy around to adventure with, if the party can't come up with a reason why you want this guy in your party, then why is he here?
Yeah, kick him out.
And
kick the character out, not the player, the character.
But you can very simply say you can continue to play this, but not in this game.
Yeah.
You handled it poorly. But, and that goes back to, you pull the people aside and you go through all of, your troubleshooting steps as a dungeon master.
Yep.
But it can attract that kind of player.
Absolutely.
But all classes can attract a certain type of problem player. So
true story.
What game elements might we include for a player playing this class? Sneaky things.
Not finding traps. So generally speaking, the rogue is the character class that spends all of the time finding traps when you're in a dungeon or sneaking about, doing whatever it is that you're adventuring. I would include elements, like you said, of sneakiness, espionage,
give them the moment
spying,
to shine.
thieving, and when I say thieving, not necessarily like breaking and entering thieving, but maybe you need to get a key for a specific dungeon or area off of a guard without the guard noticing. Mm-hmm. So there's a great opportunity for your rogue to pick pockets or any other number of things.
We had a player who played a rogue, but he was like the butler to the to the queen, and he played like he was like this prim and proper guy who was always turning up with stuff that they needed because no one ever suspects the butler, and the butler
his profession was that of a manservant, of a butler.
It was great,
and he did a lot of buttling, including making tea. And then just murdering the shit out of everything.
It was pretty awesome. It was
pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite rogues I've ever seen come across my table.
True story.
All right, biggest misconceptions of this class.
I don't know.
The rogue is such a... everybody knows what a rogue is, I feel like.
Yeah, I kind of think that everybody knows what a rogue is.
I mean, unless you go back to, it means you have to be a dick. Misconception,
you don't have to be a dick. You don't have to be... You don't have to steal... Yeah, you don't have to steal stuff from your party. You don't have to steal everything in sight.
You don't have to steal it all if you don't want to.
You don't have to steal it all. If that doesn't fit your character concept, you could totally skip that.
Mm-hmm.
Might have all the skills for it, but you're a reluctant thief. I don't know. I don't feel like there are any major misconceptions outside of that whole, the rogue is
a free-for-all
loner and a free-for-all to be a jerk.
Yeah. But if I had to pick one, I would say that was it.
Yeah, I would agree.
But they don't suffer from the mechanical misconceptions
that some of the other character classes do. And I mean, if we're wrong, tell us. Always. You're more than welcome to tell us that we've missed something.
Yeah.
We like learning things.
Maybe it's the opposite of the spell slinger and they don't think they've got any ranged abilities?
No, because the rogue definitely has ranged abilities.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it's
maybe that's
obvious.
A common misconception and we just haven't encountered players who have it.
That's possible. That is possible. I don't know. You tell us what misconceptions there are.
All right, what is the best buddy comedy pairing with this class?
Oh, see, and this one, you have to put the straight man paladin in there. The absolute goody two-shoes paladin who is always looking over your rogue's shoulder going, what you doing?
What you doing?
Why are you doing that? No, we can't do that. That's against the law.
It would be wrong.
So, I mean, and that's the very obvious pairing. You could also pair them up with a barbarian with a strict sense of honor, and it could play very much the same way.
Thieve? Why would I thieve? I could thieve.
Yeah. So I mean, you have a couple of solid options there, I think.
Yeah, I like that. All right. How can you help a player be successful with this class?
I think that really you have to remind them that it isn't always necessary to steal everything. I think this goes back to that you don't have to steal everything thing. Also making sure that they're using the right skills for the right situations. When it's necessary.
We had a rogue in a game who couldn't stop not thieving things, just touching things.
Everything.
Not looking for traps, not trying to steal it, just look at this, I'm gonna poke it.
Blast right through the door. I'm going through the door. Wait, are you checking? Nope, just going through the door.
Just going through the door, and I'm like,
Okie dokie.
Do you know what the rogue is for, right? But this player just did not understand the concept of sneakiness.
Yeah, sometimes you have to rein them in. Dial them back a little bit. Stop them from poking buttons. Yeah, remind them what they're doing.
But I would first start, I think, if I had someone, especially someone who was new, I would ask them, what does that rogue look like to you? Because there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot more pop culture ideas of rogue. Like when you say cleric, people have a certain idea, or paladins, people have a certain idea. But when you say rogue, there's so many, rogues out there from are you thinking like a Han Solo kind of character? Are you thinking like an Assassin's Creed sort of thing going on?
There are enough examples of rogues in the world that you can dial in that archetype and very much figure out what they're talking about.
And helping them pick the right subclass will help them be successful.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree.
All right. What is our favorite house rule for the rogue? And we've said it, the rogues are so awesome. They don't need help from the house.
Yeah, they have the versatility that comes with all of the archetypes, the subclasses for the rogue.
Yeah.
Really lend themselves to a lack of house rules for the rogue.
Yeah, I haven't come up with a place where I went, the rogue is just so broken in this one area, they need help.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't think I've come into a situation where I I will say that sometimes it feels like early on their ability to deal damage is kind of hampered, but that goes away very, very quickly.
It's so fast that it's like, as long as you make it to level 3, you're fine.
Yeah, once you get to level 3, that damage issue just vanishes like that.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Yeah, we don't really have any house rules. Do you have house rules for your rogues?
Yeah, tell us.
All right. We're back to what player would get the most. We've gone through all of them.
Heck.
We were fast on the road.
That was heckin' fast.
That was heckin' fast.
So,
the roads are just that awesome.
So there you go. That's the rogue, or how we would handle the rogue in a nutshell. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, Jinx, you owe me a coffee.
You have a coffee. It's not my fault. You done drinking it? We have to get smalls. We drink a lot of this stuff eventually.
Yeah. If we didn't get smalls, we'd be very large.
More fluffy than we are now.
we would be fluffier than we wish to be.
Yes.
It's anyhow. So if you have questions, comments, thoughts, if you want to tell us what you think, please do so in the comments below. As always, if you like what we're doing, please click the like and subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notifications about new videos. And that's everything, right?
Yeah, that's everything.
Awesome.
Have
a great day.
Storming the castle.
Bye, everybody.